most people are shocked because they imagine that people really want the hand holding and the cardboard keys. And it's like, we got to look in the mirror as an industry and really ask ourselves, is that the case? Because the rest of the world is saying no.
When you and I first were introduced to each other a year or so ago by Terry Summers, he was like, this Empora Megan is a whiz. She is changing the industry, huge focus on digital. How is that going?
It's going great. It's going great. I mean, like you said, frankly, real estate is one of the last industries to come into the 21st century. We've kind of been catching up, hobbling along, while, much bigger markets have already made big strides. And, to use a Wayne Gretzky, paradigm here, you got to skate where the puck is going, right? And people just expect things to be fast and easy. And so real estate has to catch up. It's going well because at the end of the day, people want things to be digital. And yes, there is a component of real estate that is very relationship-based, and I believe that will always be the case, of course. But frankly, we have, over half the people who get invited to our site actually log in and use it for the things that we need them to do. Most people are shocked when they hear that because they imagine that people really want the hand-holding and the cardboard keys, and it's like, we got to look in the mirror as an industry and really ask ourselves, is that the case? Because the rest of the world is saying no.
The cardboard keys, the big thing. I just closed on my home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the big checks or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because at Ternus, since we loan our own cash, we don't actually have to worry about like what the warehouse lender says or what the securitization people say.
That's nice.
And I talked to the attorneys though, and I'm like, why can't I let them sign the note digitally with an online notary? And it drives me nuts, and I'm going to be the guy that solves it. And they say, well, the note has to be signed with wet ink. And when I say why or ask why, no one can answer. They're just like, you have to keep the original note, and it has to be signed with wet ink. And I'm like, why? Have you ever gotten an answer?
Yeah, I have gotten an answer for this. And frankly, I'll be honest, the consumer side of the business has made a lot more progress than the investor side. It's because they're easier to foreclose on, right? And I'm not an expert in foreclosure law. I'm not an attorney, but it's easier to foreclose on if you have the actual document, and obviously the secondary markets require it. But at the end of the day, there are vaults, and MERS has a whole system set up to solve this problem. And again, the consumer industry has started to make progress against this. It's the investor side of the business that has not caught up. And you better be one of the first, because we need somebody to really champion this. And Empora is ready to partner with someone to make it happen, because that's what people want.
You heard it here? No, I'm just.
Yeah.
I still actually have that thing called a fund that I got to get permission from, but it's our own cash. So I don't know. It gets so frustrating because there's so much work that goes up to the closing. And just like you, I know that the title agents, the escrow agents get all the blame,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, even if you're waiting on the insurance, why don't you have it, right? I'm not the insurance agent, I'm the title agent.